Hi everyone, my name is Nikki Leonard. I am an instructor in the Early Childhood Education Department, and I am here to introduce my EDU 259 curriculum planning course for the Course Exemplary Showcase. This course has been taught twice in the past. We do teach this in the fall and have recently gotten approval to teach it online, and we are going to be teaching it in a hybrid format this fall, and that is what I'm going to present to you today. So EDU 259, just to give you a little bit of a background, is really the culmination of all of the different classes that they have taken previously throughout their degree program in our early childhood department. And so as we worked on developing this course, there were certain topics and concepts that we wanted to make sure that we highlighted to really engage our students with deeper thinking and deeper level learning and introducing the project approach. So the first thing that I'm going to show you as we get started here is the concept map that we have. This is my week one, if you can see, and I do have a video that is the concept map introduction, and as part of that video there is an attachment, and that will bring the students to many of the topics that we are going to work on as we move through this course. In addition to these topics, we are going to be focusing on the project approach, as that is what we are trying to get them to work towards, which means that they are working on topics that are interest-based, that are led by the children in the preschool classrooms, and really help them to work on creating developmentally appropriate activities and engaging discussions in the classroom to stimulate open-ended thinking, critical thinking questions, and working with children in more meaningful ways. In addition to these different concepts, we are going to be also introducing different curriculum approaches and models like the Montessori method, the Reggio Emilia approach, and the high scope curriculum, part of the curriculum that we go through with this course. So as you can see, there is that video here that I have to introduce to them, and as we move through, I want to explain what it is that I think makes this course exemplary. First and foremost, this class is different every single time I teach it. So I have taught it in the fall of 2017 and fall of 2018. And how I approach the class is by using KWL. If you're not familiar with KWL, it is taking in what they know about a certain topic, what they want to know about a certain topic, and then what they've learned about that topic after we've had discussions and completed the readings. So one of the things that I do want to point out to you, over on the left here, we have the completed KWL charts. These are in and distributed to the students via email and in the announcements as we complete them. And because this is a hybrid class, what we will be doing is discussing each of the topics, creating the pieces of what they know and what they want to know in class, and then after they leave class, they will complete the assigned reading for the week, and in the discussion board, they will create their points that they have learned, what they have picked up from that reading, and that's what they are going to contribute to the discussion boards. I will compile all the information and upload the completed charts in that tab on the left there, where it says completed KWL charts. To give you an example, I have put in 3 weeks worth. Please go in and take a look, and I've also just kind of explained so you can see the differences in the courses and how the class topics and the discussion of the topics differ each year according to the students in each class. So this first example here is talking about how curriculum is grounded in child development principles, and these are the responses that the students came up with in 2017 for what they knew, what they wanted to know, and then what they learned. And then as we click out of that, we can see that the answers for 2018 are very different, okay? And you can see that I have the initials of the students, and in addition, I also have the date, because it is important for them to make those connections to see when that learning is occurring, and that's something that we want them to be able to do with their students. One of the things that we tweaked along the way was, after teaching the course in 2017, we realized that one of the concepts on our concept map to introduce the course really needed to be expanded on, and so we actually created an additional week for that particular topic, and so that changed from 2017 to 2018. In addition, you can see on this particular one, you'll see more than one person's initials for the responses. As part of the learning for that particular class, I actually had them work in small groups or in pairs in order to stimulate the discussion before we discussed it as a class. So those are a couple things that I did want to highlight with that. I think it's really interesting to tweak that learning each year and focus in on what it is the students are coming into that course with, and tailoring that learning and that those discussions based on what it is that they already know. In 2018, we had several students that had come through the program quickly. They had come through the program in recent years, and they were up to date with the most current information, and they had a lot to say, and our discussions were very in-depth. In 2017. In 2018, we had students that came into the program that were from different areas of our program, that had been working over the course of several years and maybe had taken classes several years ago. And so some of that information had changed along the way. And so the learning had to be tweaked, and we had to talk about some very basic principles with regards to these topics. The other things that I do want to share with you, the group project is where students will work together. I do have an introductory video in addition to a brief explanation of what is going to be involved with that project. There are informational links. As you can see, they are all up to date on the ADA compliance with regards to how the links are embedded into the class. And you can see the link for the groups, which they can access. And once they go into there, once the people have been assigned to each group, then they will be entered into that, and they can access that group, and they can access the different discussion boards or journals to be able to work with each other off campus as they work on those group projects. The other thing is the lesson plan project. And that information, I have a video embedded in that as well. All of the information that they need is included in that project. And there's also a peer discussion forum to help students to connect with one another. Each student is going to be strong in different areas, and so they can share those strengths with one another. Finally, with regards to that group project, or for that lesson plan project, utilize TaskStream, which collects our data. It correlates our standards, our program standards that we need for our national accreditation with different pieces of that project, and it actually lets us know how the students are doing in each of those different concepts, and allows us to tweak that information, tweak our activities for the future, and make sure that we're focusing in on what the students need. I do encourage you to go check out my files. Everything is ADA compliant. My grade center is all set and weighted correctly. And if you have any questions, I look forward to hearing them, or if you have any suggestions. Thank you for your consideration with this course, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts.